Welcome to the Meebros Sports Show. I'm the oldest bro, Scott Meeberg.
I'm the middle bro, Kurt Meeberg.
And I'm the youngest bro, Brett Meeberg. We're three brothers chatting about sports and other stuff, and today we're going to be drafting our top NFL quarterbacks. But before we do that, how about a segment of Over-Under NFL Trivia? Adrian Peterson has 4.5 All-Pro first-team selections. Over or under?
I think the obvious answer is probably over,
I was also going to say over.
but I'm going to go under because I think Brett's probably trying to trick us. So I'm going to go with under.
All right, I will stick to over.
Adrian Peterson has 4 All-Pro first-team selections.
Oh.
There you
I
go.
looked up his stats today, and I was thinking, I feel like he dominated the NFL for like 8 years. How does he only have 4 All-Pro first-team selections? Like,
Well, and All Pro is weird because I think about like NBA All Stars, where a guy can be an All Star for 10 years, even if he's not good for 4 of those. Whereas All Pro is a little bit more selective.
Yeah, I mean, there's All Pro, Pro Bowl. I don't know.
Yeah, Pro Bowl, I guess, would have been more. He probably made more Pro Bowls.
Probably
yeah,
made more Pro Bowls
he has
because
7 Pro Bowls, I think, and then he
Yeah.
also has like 2 second-team All-Pros,
Yeah, that makes more sense.
but 4 first teams.
Interesting.
All right, Scott, why don't you explain today's quarterback draft?
Yeah, we're just figuring this out. We're keeping it pretty simple. We are going to be drafting 30 NFL quarterbacks, each theoretically making a team of 10. In terms of who we want to have just for one season, I'm assuming it's the current NFL 2025 season. We're trying to keep it to just our general assessment and preferences in terms of their skills, their abilities, their quality, not counting their current coach, receivers, offensive line, and other supporting cast. Also, assuming they are fully healthy and not counting their contract or other factors like that.
Okay, so we're going to be doing a snake draft. I randomized the order earlier. It will be Brett, then myself, and then Scott. For anybody who doesn't know how a snake draft works, Brett will pick first, then I'll pick, then Scott will pick, and then Scott will have his second pick, and then we'll go backwards, snaking in order that way. So Brett can go ahead with his first pick. We'll see where he goes and go from there.
With my first pick in the 2025 quarterback draft, I'm going to go with Patrick Mahomes. I feel like he might be the best quarterback, especially out of the AFC. I think he's going to be my pick to beat pretty much everyone else.
That's interesting.
enough.
That is not who I had first.
Really?
Also, not who I had first, so I will go
Really?
ahead
Wow.
and take the number one guy on my list, Josh Allen.
Wow. I felt
mean,
like that was an easy number one.
Look, if I need a playoff win, I'm probably going with Patrick Mahomes. He seems to show up in the clutch. He gets it done when it's needed. But if we're drafting for an entire season, I just think that Josh Allen is a little bit more likely to get it done, put the team on his back. He can run. Obviously, is a howitzer for an arm. He's got a lot going on, and I just don't know if Mahomes is going to get me the record that I want in the season. So I think Josh Allen is a little bit better for that. Again, one playoff game. If I just want to win a Super Bowl, I'm going Mahomes. But
Yeah, I think we thought about these lists very differently because my goal of every season is to win a Super Bowl. Personally, I don't know how you guys were thinking about this, but
we're
So-
just drafting for one season.
Yeah,
yeah,
we
one
can,
season where I want to win a Super Bowl.
we can get into this a little bit, but my part of my assessment was I want to enjoy watching this season. And I did not really enjoy watching Patrick Mahomes on the Chiefs last year. It was slow. It was boring. They won a lot of games. I actually went back and forth with my number one quarterback. I had Josh Allen on one version of the list, but the guy who ended up at the top of my list was Lamar Jackson. So that is who I'm going to take with my first overall pick, and we all got our number one ranked quarterback.
Yeah, we each
There
had
you
a
go.
different number one. That's interesting.
Everyone's happy.
And I hope Scott enjoys his second round exit in the playoffs. That'll be good. With his two
Well,
turnovers.
I'm going to take
That's great.
with my next pick. I'm going to take the only guy to beat Patrick Mahomes in the AFC Championship game. Well, I guess Tom Brady did. Stupid D4 game. But I'm going to take Joe Burrow.
Yeah, I think
Fair
that's
enough.
a clear
Yeah, I
four
think-
at least.
I think that's kind of the top four that everybody probably is thinking. I really, honestly, I wanted to find a way to put Joe Burrow as one of those top three. I love Joe Burrow. He's probably my favorite out of those four, but I just don't really feel like I can rationalize it. I think he's a little bit reliant on the skill players around him a little bit more than the other guys. Whereas I think, especially Lamar and Josh Allen can get it done a little bit more without having the skill players that Joe Burrow needs.
I really wanted to put Joe Burrow above Lamar just for the playoff success, but I don't know. I couldn't do it. The two-time
I
MVP got me.
I just don't feel like the playoff success, again, independent of the supporting cast, I don't feel like Lamar has played terribly in the playoff games. He's had some rough games, but like
He hasn't
I
had a
don't
good
know.
game.
I watch him play in the season and I think he's the most talented quarterback maybe in the league. Josh Allen has, a lot. He's a bit bigger. He's a little bit more likely to run over a guy, whereas Lamar's going to run around him. But I don't know. Kurt, who you got?
Well, I might be a little hot takey with how the rest of my list goes. We'll see, but I'm going to preface the entire rest of my list by saying that I typically tend to prefer quarterbacks that are maybe a little bit more system QB. They're just going to sit there in the pocket, get it done. I don't need a whole ton of playmaking. I just want a guy who can make the average throws. I just need him to hit open receivers. That's all I want. So, that being said, my number 5 quarterback, and who I'm going to take right here, Justin Herbert. Not really too much of a stretch, I don't think, but I think, especially the last couple seasons, a lot of people probably wouldn't have him maybe quite that high, but I still have a lot of faith in him.
I think a lot of people have him that high. For me, he was my 11th ranked
Oh,
quarterback. I think for me, those 4 interceptions in the playoffs, again, I'm a playoff success guy. I want this team to go far in the playoffs, and Justin Herbert will throw the game away. He will choke a 27-0 lead to the Trevor Lawrence Jaguars. Justin Herbert can cost me a playoff game, and I just don't want him on my team.
I had him
That's my
seventh.
hot take.
I had him seventh. I would have taken him not right here, but soon.
With my pick, I'm doing the homer pick, Jalen Hurts. I know you can say he's a system QB. The guy shows up in the playoffs. It doesn't always look pretty. It didn't look pretty last season. NFC Championship, Super Bowl, he's going to give you a top-tier performance.
So I had Jalen Hurts fifth and sixth. I went back and forth with my list a little bit. I just find him so hard to divorce from the system because he's only played with the Eagles. He's only played with like incredible offensive line, great supporting cast. So yeah, he's gotten it done in the playoffs. Yeah, he's played really well, but is he that much better than Justin Herbert or, a bunch of other guys that we're going to name pretty shortly?
Yeah, he wins, and he does have an incredible team around him, but he just finds a way to win.
Well, who you got at
With
seven?
my 7th pick, this feels pretty chalk. Matthew Stafford.
Oh,
He's not chalk. Okay, all right. I feel like Matthew Stafford. He's just gonna get it done. McVay is incredible, but Stafford is also. I think is he the last QB on this list with a Super Bowl? I guess Aaron Rodgers is.
Aaron Rodgers is on the list.
He's on the
Aaron
list.
Rodgers,
And this guy's-
Russell Wilson.
Russell
Okay,
Wilson's
yeah.
in there.
So he's the last feasible Super Bowl winning quarterback, I guess, for this spot. So I have a few other guys. I think the next tier is pretty close for the next like 5 or so, but Matthew Stafford's the guy here.
So I had Stafford at 6. I would have had Stafford at 5 if it was if it was for one game. Stafford's at number 5. I don't really trust that at age 37. I mean, I don't even know if he's going to be able to start the season this year. I just don't really trust that he can last the whole season. 5 might be a little high, but again, I like a guy who can sit in the pocket and distribute the football. So I would have him that high, but I don't trust him to last the whole season. I would have taken him over Herbert if I thought he was going to be able to play all 17 games, but I'm just not confident.
That's fair.
So, again, another football distributor. We're going with Baker Mayfield.
Baker
wow.
Mayfield is my number 7 as well.
Wow.
Or my number
okay.
8, I guess. My number 8.
So I had Baker currently he's a little bit lower, but I went back and forth. I actually had him right around 8 as well.
Okay, so not too far
Just
off.
fun guy to play. I had Stafford down at number 12, and it is solely for the reason that I do not think he can make it through a full season
As it is
healthy
fair.
and successful.
That is fair.
Yeah.
Well, I am thrilled because my number 5 QB, maybe
Could I
6,
just
depending
could
on
I just
Hurts.
brag on Baker Mayfield really quick? I
Yeah, go
love
ahead.
Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield, this guy is a locker room champion. You know he's going to put his heart on the field. I always think of that play last year where he's like stiff arming Nick Bosa on 4th down and he just hucks it up to Rashad White who gets the first down. He just
Did
plays with his heart on his sleeve.
Did you guys see him talking on? It was the New Heights podcast. Travis and Jason Kelsey. He wasn't even aiming at Rashad White. He was aiming at, I think it was Godwin or someone behind him, and White was just the guy that was there at the right time.
It's Baker Mayfield, man.
And then
Yeah.
after the game, he'll go plant his team flag in the middle of the field and piss off Texas.
Yep.
Baker is very high on quarterbacks that I want to watch play for my team.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, but my number 6 QB on my final list, but he went back and forth between 5 and 6. Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
Second
Nice one.
year, every ranking has him so high. He's going to be high in your fantasy draft. Like, he's a fun quarterback. He's great. Maybe he'll have a second year slump, but until he does, he's who I want for a season. And then close behind him, I've got Jordan Love.
He's my next as well.
Yeah, there was no world in which I was taking Jaden Daniels or Jordan Love.
Really? So Jordan Love, I don't love him, but I think that last season was not a good assessment. He got hurt in the very first game, and he struggled the entire season. I think he's going to be a lot better this year.
Why Jordan Love was my next guy is because, again, I want a guy that's going to be able to win a Super Bowl, and he throws some terrible interceptions. But if he's just able to string it together for one playoff run, I think he could do some real damage.
Kurt,
Yeah, again, Jaden Daniels, Jordan Love. I want guys who I can trust to sit back there and distribute the football. I don't need them to do a whole bunch of playmaking. I don't trust them. I mean, Jaden Daniels. We're going off one season here. How did that look for C.J. Stroud? C.J. Stroud. Everybody had C.J. Stroud in their top 6 or 7 quarterbacks after last year. Oh yeah, he's going to be great. Same thing with Jordan Love. Jordan Love had like 8 great games at the end of what year is that? 2023. Jordan Love and C.J. Stroud and everybody's top 8. And then what happens to them last year? They fall off a cliff. Are we not expecting Jaden Daniels to do the same thing? I mean, they're just 4th down regression. I mean, he can run. Like, I get it's a little bit different. I need to see it a little bit more. I just don't trust him. I want him to succeed. I do. I don't trust him yet. I'm not saying he's not good. He wasn't in my top 10. I had him at 12. Jordan Love at 14.
Wow.
I just wasn't probably taking those guys in any world.
So I was going to guess that your next draft pick was going to be C.J. Stroud, but the way you talked about him there makes me think it's not.
You are correct. It is not. Jared Goff
Yeah.
is going to
Oh.
sit in the pocket and
That's
distribute
weird.
the
He was
football
gonna-
for
he
me.
was gonna get-
He's going to sit back there and somebody, even if it's not Ben Johnson, is going to be scheming up some plays to get somebody open, and he's going to sit there and give him the football. And that's all I need. I don't need too much. I don't ask for a lot. Jared Goff.
He was close for me, but yeah. Do you want to say something, Scott?
Well, I had him at 13. I think that the reason that I think you're discounting Stroud and Daniels to some degree, and you're giving Goff some credit is the system, because I feel like C.J. Stroud was really let down by his system, and his offensive coordinator last year is stagnant. Defenses seem to know what they were doing. And Jared Goff and Ben Johnson's offense, they seem like they had a lot of creativity, a lot of different ways to get the football to different guys. And I don't know how successful Jared Goff is going to be outside of a Sean McVay, outside of a Ben Johnson. And, maybe that's my OC on this fictional team that I'm running, but it's probably not.
I get it. Again, I just come back to the idea that, like, if I can just get someone who's functional back there, who's not going to make a ton of mistakes, that's all I need. And I mean, Stroud wasn't too far down there. Like, I think Stroud's good. And with this whole thing, I mean, the caveat is like, yes, we are drafting regardless of situation, but it's a little hard to separate people from their situation.
It's impossible.
There's a guy that I'm probably going to take a little ridiculously high, but I think it'll probably be justified partially because of the situation that he's in. So
I
we'll
think
see.
I might take him before you. I don't know.
Okay, we'll see. But anyway, go ahead, Brett.
C.J. Stroud is, I think, the obvious pick. I think it should have been the obvious pick before Jared Goff. Not much to say. His offensive line was awful.
CJ Stroud is not even the next
awful.
guy on my list.
Yeah,
We're aware.
that's something. So, yeah. Anything else, C.J. Stroud?
No, who you got next?
I'm sure he's gonna get picked. Maybe not, but I'll say who I'm between. Dak Prescott and Brock Purdy.
Purdy's next on my list.
I'm gonna pick Purdy, just because of the playoff success. Dak Prescott regular season I think is higher than this, but I can't count on him to win me a playoff game for my team, and so I'm gonna pick Purdy. And well, I'm assuming one of you will take Dak, so that's why I put my cards on the table there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind Purdy. He's a little bit down the list for me. Dak is who I'm going to go ahead and take here. He was the one I had him just ahead of Stroud, so I would have taken him over Stroud. But
He will blow a playoff game like few others, and
I got to get to the
don't
playoffs
want it.
first. Anything can happen once I get to the playoffs. I just got to get there.
He'll get you there.
We are not running the Cowboys, so we will not have Cowboys mistakes.
Did you watch the Packers game? He's just throwing it at guys.
Who is he playing for? He was playing for the Dallas Cowboys. They were terrible.
Sean Nixon was his top receiver.
Look, can I coach my team? Because I promise I'm better than Mike McCarthy. I promise.
He's gonna throw to their team. I don't know.
Okay, so this is where it kind of gets tough for me.
It's great. It gets crazy. I agree.
I have two picks here, and I am going to go with Geno Smith and Kyler Murray.
That's my next one as well. Me and Scott are really in alignment here, I feel like.
Yeah, seems like we're pretty close.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty close to that. I've got one guy higher than the two of them, but they were numbers 2 and 3 next for me.
I think here I struggled with this order at the bottom here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
you get to a point where you have guys who have been in the league for a while and have kind of been struggling, or you have rookies, or it's like second-year guys.
yeah, it's kind of just a grab bag at this point, and who do you trust? So I'm gonna go ahead and take Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm still living on the dream of what he could be.
Oh man.
When he came into the league.
Trevor Lawrence.
The high school Trevor Lawrence. High school Trevor Lawrence is better than Clemson Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
And Clemson Trevor Lawrence was pretty good, don't get me wrong. But high school Trevor Lawrence was everything you ever wanted him to be. But I still believe it's in there. I don't know if Liam Cohen can get it out of him. I actually am not a huge Liam Cohen believer. But I'm a bit of a Trevor Lawrence believer, so we'll see what he can do. Maybe he's got a couple good receivers this year for the first time. We'll see.
I like Liam Cohen a lot.
I'm a big Liam Cohen guy.
Again, that New Heights Baker Mayfield interview, he talked a lot about Liam Cohen. He was with him on the Rams, and then he was with him again on the Bucs last year. Just the way he talks about it. I think Liam Cohen can be another Sean McVay type. Like, I feel like he's really got a lot of that DNA. He's going to come out with a good offense. I'm looking forward to seeing the Jags this year.
I hope they're good. I really want Trevor Lawrence. I mean, I was saying the Colts need to tank for Trevor for a long time, and
the Colts are still tanking.
Well, still tanking, but we're not getting Trevor. Now we're tanking for Arch.
Anthony Richardson is injured again.
We are tanking for Arch.
I strongly debated not having a Colts quarterback on this list.
Bring back the Mannings. Well, Richardson might be a little high on my list then.
With the next pick, I'm gonna pick Drake May. I really liked what I saw from him from his first year. Terrible situation, terrible offensive line, terrible receivers. I think he did a lot with a little. And I want him in my locker room. I want him on my team.
I like Drake May. I had him a little bit lower, but it's not out of the question. I went back and forth on him.
And
No argument for me. I like Drake May.
my next pick is Kirk Cousins.
Oh,
Kirk Cousins in those Tampa games last year was electric. Like, just electric. And I just am putting all my cards in that Kirk Cousins basket.
I do not think that Kirk Cousins exists. I had him 31st on my list.
Okay.
I considered not ranking him at all. I mean, we're trying to do this regardless of injury, but I just don't think a 38-year-old, 39-year-old who's coming off a torn Achilles and the worst season of his career, who got benched for Michael Penix, like, I don't want him on my team. I don't want to watch Kirk Cousins. The guys, that was really what it came down to. The guys here that I'm going to start to list, I want to see play for my team. I do not want Kirk Cousins.
I didn't have Kirk Cousins on my list. I only chose starting quarterbacks for all 32 teams, so it just wasn't going to end up on the list. So
All right.
I don't necessarily disagree with him. I probably would have him a little further down, but I mean, he would definitely be probably 5 picks from now at least. But
Interesting.
I'll go ahead and take the guy I was talking about earlier, J.J. McCarthy.
Oh, what? You? How can you put J.J. McCarthy on this list when you've literally never seen him play an NFL snap?
Because I've seen him play a college snap. That's all I need.
You're discrediting Jaden Daniels based on 1 year of NFL tape and giving it to J.J. McCarthy based on on Michigan tape. And
Where he
again, no injuries, but he's fully healthy. He's still coming off an ACL tear? Like,
Look,
good luck.
He wasn't on my list.
look, guys. I didn't have J.J. McCarthy ahead of Jaden Daniels. I just had J.J. McCarthy 18th on my list. 18th.
I had
J.J. McCarthy is going to sit in the pocket, and he's going to distribute the football. That's all I need him to do. That's what he did at Michigan. That's how he won a national championship at Michigan. And by the way, people don't remember this, I don't think, but when he was a freshman at Michigan, Cade McNamara was the starting quarterback, and he would come in for running plays. Like, he can move a little bit too. Yeah. He's not just a stand in the pocket kind of quarterback like some people seem to think. Like, he's got a little bit of movement to him. I think J.J. McCarthy can be really good. And again, like, it's a little hard to separate a quarterback from a situation. We saw what Kevin O'Connell did with Sam Darnold last year. J.J. McCarthy had the quarterback competition won before he got injured. So, if you take Sam Darnold from last year, are we saying he's not 18 on this list? And I think J.J. McCarthy is at least as good.
I mean, I don't watch college closely enough. I had J.J. McCarthy 30th. Brett, do you have any J.J. McCarthy thoughts?
He is in an incredible situation this year with Kevin O'Connell, and he's going to do very well, but I just couldn't rank him on the list without playing a snap. Like, I don't want to pick him for my team.
Okay. Well, I have 2 guys who are also second-year quarterbacks. I have Bo Nix and Caleb Williams.
Okay.
I like Bo Nix in the Sean Payton system. I don't know how good he is outside of it, but I think Kurt's been talking about distributors. I think he's a distributor who'll get you the balls to the right guy in the right place. He's not going to make a ton of negative plays. Caleb Williams, I think, has talent and was in a terrible system last year. I think he'll be better. Even with an average system, I think Ben Johnson obviously is better than average, but I think Caleb Williams has the athleticism, the ability to be what is this, 25th best quarterback in the league or something?
I don't think we're that low quite yet, but I don't mind Bo Nix. I mean, Caleb Williams, you guys know I do a quarterback ranking every year. Last year, Caleb Williams on that draft projection, I wanted to put Caleb Williams so low. I wanted to put him behind Drake May, Jaden Daniels, J.J. McCarthy, Michael Penix. I wanted to have Caleb Williams at 5. And then I went and watched his tape, and I was like, oh, he's good, though. Like, he actually looks good.
So you're just a hater is what you're saying.
Absolutely. I'm for sure a Caleb Williams hater. I'm not denying that at all. And I was like, I can't do it. I have to put him at number 1. Like, it just looks too good. And then last year I was like, oh, why did I do it? I should have done it. I should have put him number 5. It would have been all the hot takes. It would have been great, and I would have been right. So I'm not saying that I'm rooting for Caleb Williams to fail. But if he fails, even with Ben Johnson, I'll feel a little bit vindicated, even though I had him at number 1. But he never should have been there.
All right, you're going to pick Cam Ward next?
Absolutely not.
I just thought we were picking guys who'd never played an NFL snap.
No, we're picking guys who can distribute the football and not do too much.
Tyler Show.
No, it will not be Tyler Shuck. We're going to go with Bryce Young.
Oh, I had him a lot lower.
I don't know. I mean, at this point, if he plays like he did at the end of last season, great. If he doesn't, then yeah, he's probably a lot lower. But I don't know what we're going to get out of him. I don't know what we're getting out of pretty much anybody after this. So I'll take him with the hopes of him playing like that, and then I think he's better than anybody we got left. So I'm not ecstatic about it, but it's about where we're at.
Yeah. I'm going to take Sam Darnold. Great situation last year. He played well. I've always been a Sam Darnold believer. I felt a little vindicated last year when he did really well.
Yep, that's where I had him.
Yeah, I had him next to. Again, my quarterback rankings, I believe that year he was my number 1 QB in that class. And then he started seeing ghosts in New York, and the rest was history.
Yeah.
Sorry, actually, I'm looking at it. I had Josh Allen ahead of him. I had Josh Allen and then Sam Darnold second. But also, there was Baker Mayfield and Lamar Jackson in that class, but we don't need to talk about that.
Nice. I don't know what I want to do here. I like a few guys.
Do you like somebody at this point?
You are picking
like
the
some guys.
25th quarterback here.
I have some honorable mentions on this list. I think I could have gone to 40.
My honorable mentions are all like 38 years old.
Oh,
I don't think anybody at this point is honorable, so I don't have any.
I'm not
I
gonna
do not
mention them.
want to mention them. All right, pick number 25, Brett. Let's go.
I'm going to go with Michael Penix.
Yep.
Didn't see much last year, but I thought he was really good. Washington, and I think he's going to be really good this year.
Fair enough. Well, I will take Russell Wilson with my next pick.
Really? Okay.
Again, at this point, it's just maybe he can distribute the football. Not over the middle of the field, definitely.
Oh.
But maybe he can sit back there and distribute it to the playmakers that I'll hopefully have on my team.
Yeah. Distributed it to Darius Slayton for the 7th year in the New York Giants uniform.
Yeah.
Well, I have no strong thoughts or feelings about Russell Wilson, but I was going to pick him if you did not. Instead, I'm going to pick the other person who he played with in Pittsburgh last year, Justin Fields.
Yeah.
And this is going to be my wild card pick. Because remember, these are people that I want to see play for my team who are going to be fun watches every week. I'm taking Jameis Winston.
Yep. He's close. He's coming up. I want to watch the interviews as a general manager, as an owner. I want to see him just spit fire on that mic.
I don't even care about the interviews. I just want to see him sling the ball over the field.
Absolutely.
YOLO on every throw. I want to see another 30 for 30. No, I want to see a 40 for 40 season. 40 touchdowns, 40 interceptions. Who says no?
4,000 yards. Let's do it.
I love Jameis Winston.
Well, I guess I'm just.
Last pick, Kurt.
Is this my last pick? No, I get one more, don't I? Maybe it is my last pick. It is my last pick. Ooh, maybe that changes things. Well, I guess we'll go with Anthony Richardson then, because it could have been Aaron Rodgers. I actually have Aaron Rodgers higher, but we'll just go with Anthony Richardson because maybe, just maybe, I can find lightning in a bottle. Probably not, but I know that I'm not finding lightning in Aaron Rodgers' bottle anymore.
Just channel that Alex Pierce throw.
There's a lot of something in Aaron Rodgers' bottle, but I don't think it's lightning. So I'll go with Anthony Richardson. Maybe he can have a good season. Probably not, but
I have Aaron Rodgers, 18th on my list, and I just keep not picking him. I just don't want him in the locker room. I don't know what he's going to say to my wide receivers. I don't think anyone wants to play for him anymore. I think when I was making this list earlier, I had an obvious last pick of the draft. He showed up and showed out tonight.
Oh
I'm
my gosh,
taking
no.
Tanner McKee,
No.
the Mormon missile. Give me Tanner McKee. He just trusts his wide receivers. No matter who it is, he's going to throw it up. Let me give you some Tanner McKee stats. 20 for 25, 252 yards, 2 passing touchdowns, 1 tush push, and 135 quarterback rating. He's
So let's check
legend.
some stats. Who are they playing? Oh
The
yeah, the
Bengals
team
had their
that
first.
doesn't have a defense.
The Bengals were
Interesting.
playing their first stringers, and Tanner McHugh was only rolling with the second stringers. So
The
second string
Cincinnati
O-line.
Bengals first team is everybody else's third team on defense.
I am aware of that, but he
Tanner
also
McKee is in the Eagles system. You can't divorce Jalen Hurts from the Eagles system, and Tanner McKee is also playing behind that O-line, also
Okay.
throwing to A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith.
I'm aware that this kind of furthers your point, but he also lit up the New York Giants last year with the second team O-line and wide receivers and everything. Tanner McKee is just my favorite. Do we do some honorable mentions now?
Well,
There's-
can we talk about probably the person or team that is going to
Tua
hate us?
Tagovailoa.
That's going to hate us the absolute most of the Miami Dolphins, who are going to think we are
Okay.
the absolute worst. Which, by the
Tua-
way, I ranked 32 quarterbacks. I had Tua at 40 because there's
Yeah.
no chance he makes it through a
No
season.
chance.
I
No
will
shot.
not draft him. If I am drafting players for a season, I just can't draft Tua because he won't be there for all the games. I can guarantee that.
Tua, the quarterback, is 15th. Tua, the season-long QB, is 76th. I'll take freaking Archie Manning over Tua this year. That's just
I ended up with him 26th. I moved him up and down. I think 26 was the highest I put him. Part of it's just that he's not an exciting quarterback. Even if he could make it through the season, it's a boring watch. I'd rather kind of have Bryce Young. I'd rather have Anthony Richardson. Tua's just going to get you the ball here and there. I don't know. How many screen passes does this guy need before we're convinced that he's not that good?
And
My
then
other
we
quarterback-
also left off Cam Ward, the Titans'
yeah.
first round, first overall pick.
I haven't seen him play. I don't watch college. I watched the college football playoffs. He didn't get that far. Did he? Was he even in the 12th team
No,
playoff?
Miami didn't make the playoff. They
Yeah,
lost.
so-
They lost their last game to
Their
the
defense
fallout
was
of the playoff.
horrendous. It was awful.
I've seen very
sure.
few, maybe a couple Cam Ward highlights around draft season, but I don't know what he's going to look like when he steps onto an NFL field. It could take 3 weeks and he'll be up 10 spots, but I can't rank him until I know what he looks like. That said, I would have taken him over J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah.
No, absolutely
I would've-
not.
You know who else would have taken over J.J. McCarthy? Joe Milton.
Joe
Love me some Joe
Flacco.
Milton. Also Joe Flacco. But I love me some Joe Milton. I'm planting my Joe Milton flag.
I saw an incredible Joe Milton highlight from Cowboys camp.
Yeah, I did see that one. That man can sling the ball. You might sling it to the other team, but he can sling it.
I watched an entire season of Joe Milton at the University of Tennessee, and that was an entire season too much of Joe Milton. So
That's years ago.
He will-
Years ago. He's a
Two.
elite
2 years
processor
ago.
now.
He's rough. He's raw.
I don't know that the processing is the issue. Again, I need somebody who can distribute the football to my team.
He could throw it so far.
You just
Anthony
need to
Richardson
practice
can throw
guy.
it farther.
So far. It just looks
Can,
so
Anthony
smooth.
Richardson, the question is whether he can stay on the field the whole year. Because if I was convinced that he could and also maybe wanted to actually play a full season, then sure, he'd be higher. But I have not seen enough to make me feel like he can actually stay on the field, actually make the easy throws. He can make the hard throws, but the easy ones,
Yeah. So, if we want to do a little rundown of each of our teams, starting with the first pick, Brett got Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, Matt Stafford, CJ Stroud, Brock Purdy, Drake May, Kirk Cousins, Sam Darnold, Michael Penix, and rounds it out with Tanner McKee,
The Mormon Missile.
the Mormon Missile himself. I got Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, Baker Mayfield, Jared Goff, Dak Prescott, Trevor Lawrence, J.J. McCarthy, Bryce Young, Russell Wilson, and Anthony Richardson. Scott, in the third spot, got Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Jaden Daniels, Jordan Love, Geno Smith, Kyler Murray, Bo Nix, Caleb Williams, Justin Fields, and Jameis Winston, Mr. 40 for 40 himself. 30 for 30, but I want him to be 40 for 40.
You know what? Maybe
You just gotta
Russell
give him a
Wilson
full
gets
season.
hurt 4 snaps in on that MetLife field. Are they playing at home? I don't know. Jameis comes in 30 for 30 all over again.
Well, except they'd probably go to Jackson Dart, but you know.
No, not a chance.
I don't know. Them signing Jameis Winston with Russell Wilson and drafting Jackson Dart doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but let the boy play.
I was very excited when they signed Jameis Winston, and then they also signed Russell Wilson. I was like, what are they doing? And then they drafted Jackson Dart. I'm like, come on, free Jameis.
Yeah.
Well, that is it for our draft. We're at this point going to close each episode with our favorite stat or story from the sports world. So in honor of today's quarterback draft, I brought a stat from football commentator and bettor Warren Sharp, who shared a quarterback formula that Sean Payton came up with. Basically, looking at the percentage of dropbacks that resulted in sacks, fumbles, or interceptions, so negative plays overall. Josh Allen, our second draft pick here, and in the running for the top quarterback in the NFL, was the only quarterback who had a percentage under 5 at 4.6%. The real shocker, though, was that the next 3 quarterbacks on that list were Derek Carr, Bo Nix, and Aiden O'Connell, all between 5.4 and 6.3%. Any thoughts?
Derek Carr just wanted to retire because, played great, wanted to close out on top.
Yeah, I don't know if this stat means a whole lot. Yes, no negative plays, sack, interception, fumble. I get that. But all that really tells me is this guy was willing to throw the football away or check down when needed. So he's saying he's playing safe. Great.
Yeah.
But yes, Derek Carr, Bo Nix, Aiden O'Connell might have just been running for his life. Yeah, I guess they're safe quarterbacks. I don't know that it's necessarily. I understand if I'm Sean Payton, maybe that's what I'm looking for in a quarterback. A guy who's going to play it safe because I can trust the offense that I'm going to scheme up for him. And maybe that's what I want too. Maybe I just want a guy who's not going to take negative plays and he's just going to distribute the football for me. But
Yeah,
I just don't know if this means a whole lot necessarily.
that was exactly my thought, is that this does not account for throwaways. And Derek Carr had probably more throwaways than any other quarterback in the league last year. So sure, it's not a sack, a fumble, or interception, but it's not good or fun or exciting quarterback play. And I don't really think it makes the team better.
Well, and Joe Burrow has said before, like, if it's 3rd and 10, I might as well take a sack. Like, a sack is, I'd rather hold on to the ball, wait for a receiver to get open, and try to get those 10 yards than checking it down to a running back that's not going to get me the first down. Like, if I take a sack on 3rd and 10, it's not that big of a deal. So, like, not all sacks are created equal, in my opinion, at least. Like, yes, I understand it's a few less yards. Maybe it puts you out of field goal range depending on where you're at in the field. But generally speaking, I don't think that there's a lot of context that needs to be added here. So, sure, you've got some safe quarterbacks at the top. Makes sense.
Brett, anything you'd like to add?
I think it's really interesting. You didn't share this yet, but Jordan Love being next on that list feels like he should have a lot more negative plays than that.
What do you mean?
I just feel like he throws the ball to the other team a lot and takes fumbles a lot and takes sacks a lot. He seems like a kind of boomer bust guy that I think would have a lot of negative plays. But
See, but you're going off vibes, and this is a number.
yeah, I'm all about vibes.
As Brett mentioned, Jordan Love was the next quarterback there. Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Matthew Stafford, Kyler. Tua's here, Mac Jones, but by the time we get into this is sort of the murky middle, and I don't think it means too much once you get outside the top 5 to 7. So that is it for this week's stat, and that is the first episode of this podcast. Thanks for listening. Leave us a like and a subscribe or whatever they say now.
Yeah, button down below, something like that.
Smash the button.
Thanks, folks.